One thing I forgot to mention with regard to doing this fill is that when you do your fill and you join together like these open passages where you've got either it's an unknown or a too tight, you get this sharp line right there, which can be quite undesirable. And so there are a few things that you could do. You could go the more complex route and try to figure out, like, draw a separate shape here and do some sort of gradient thing. And let's actually, why don't we try it and see what we can come up with. So I'm going to grab my shape here, and I'm going to just grab the pencil tool and draw an additional shape, like some sort of blob thing up here that's separate from this shape. And then what I'll do is grab my gradient tool here. So I grab my gradient. Let's double click on our gradient, open it up. And let's see, let's do a linear gradient. There, it automatically gives us a linear gradient. And I'm going to change the color here so it goes from a white to a black with an opacity of 0. And then let's change the direction. So this is going to be different if you're using an earlier version of Illustrator. The gradient doesn't adjust like this. What you would do is use the gradient tool here and just click and drag to draw that gradient. So I'm going to start right about there and draw out. Let's actually start right there. And then I'll fine tune my gradient here by moving that around if I want to. Let's drag that up a little bit. And let's take this and nudge it over. There we go, that's good. See how that looks. So that's alright. If you like it, you can use it. If not, then don't. I'm going to delete it. I prefer just doing a blob, so I'm going to click my shape here. And if you remember from when we were drawing walls, I can do the same thing here. If I grab my pencil tool and start drawing on this line, I can expand out and make this little blobby shape instead of a straight line. That's not quite working. Something like that, or however I decide to go with it. So I think that looks better than a hard, sharp line. And you can come into all these other points. I'll click on my shape here and let's draw it out. Something like that. So making it look a little more interesting. So that's something that you can do to get rid of these things that look obviously digital and make it a little more fluid and a little more artsy.